welcome everyone to another episode of Nerdstrodamus. I'm Dr. Pants.
I'm Lambo.
And you know what? It's getting close to the end of the year. Trees are up. No matter if it's Christmas or not, because we all leave them up. But for this chill episode, we thought we would share our top 5 games of the year. Now, we're doing a countdown of like all the games of the decade and picking our favorite.
Oh, yeah. And we'll obviously be doing stuff about top games we're looking forward to next year, because we always do that.
Right. But to wrap up this year, we thought we'd just do a short video.
Yeah,
just
a nice little conversation.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. No crazy, like, meme crap and any of that kind of stuff.
Nope. Just two bros talking about the games they love this year. So if you don't mind, I think I'll start.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so my number 5 game, and this should not be a shock, it's Daemon X Machina.
Oh, yeah.
Which, it was a mech game that was exclusive to the Switch. Huge amounts of customization, cool cel-shaded look. It got a bad rap at first because no one really seemed to like the demo that came out. I really enjoyed it. The game was great. I played through the main story. There's still all kinds of parts to find. And they gave it a lot of free updates. A lot of tie-ins with the anime and stuff.
Oh, yeah. We've been joking about it a lot, actually. Yeah.
And they did a Witcher 3 update.
That's weird.
That was really weird.
Really weird.
But there's co-op missions to do. There's, competitive play. There's all kinds of stuff online to do. It's really, really cool, and I really, really like it.
Yeah, I mean, I even still have the game. It's really good. I actually never owned a game quite like it, because you were always the one who had the Armored Core games and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of the most.
It's very Armored Core.
Yeah, I think the mech designs and stuff are a little bit more kind of streamlined from that from that era.
Kind of.
When you compare it to an Armored Core game.
Kind of.
But other than that, good stuff.
Yeah, it was good stuff. What about you?
Mine's the most recent edition. I just finished Shovel Knight King of Cards.
I am shocked that is that low on your list.
There's a lot of good stuff this year.
Yeah, I figured it would have been higher.
No, King of Cards was absolutely fantastic. I conquered it. The only thing I didn't do 100% in the game is get all of the Justice cards.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And I'm just shocked that this game from like 5 years ago kept getting expansions. And those expansions were full-fledged games, and this one seemed like it was longer.
This was definitely the longest by a long shot.
But longer than the original game.
Yeah, way longer. I would actually contend that to get full credit, to get the whole game done, took longer than playing the other 3 games together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I still need to finish it, but I do like it. I like the new mechanics, and I do like the Joustus system. The card game's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it gets easier as the time goes on, too. So if you're frustrated by in-game card games, you actually don't need to do it at all. Yeah. Even the original time, they kind of push you in there, you can just leave and not have to worry about it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but it's good.
Right, and you don't need Shovel Knight to get it. You can just pick it up on its own, or if you get Treasure Trove, you get all 4 campaigns.
And I'm just going to say it, Joustus is better than Triple Triad.
Send all hate mail to Lambo at Nerdstrodamus.com.
Yes.
You ready for my number 4?
Go for it.
You have the sound clip ready? Because it's Catherine Full Body. So, if you haven't heard the podcast yet where we talk about the best games of the decade, whatever year the original Catherine came out was like my game of the year.
Wow. It was like 2013-ish?
Yeah. Somewhere around there. Yeah. Somewhere around there.
Maybe even earlier. Yeah.
Might have been. But Catherine is a block-pushing puzzle set to the story of kind of an everyday relationship. This guy who doesn't want to grow up with kind of a girlfriend who does. She wants to have kids. She wants to settle down, and he freaks out and gets seduced by another woman, and all kinds of crazy things happen, but all at the same time, every night you have nightmares where you have to push blocks to climb a tower while being chased by monsters. It is an incredibly unique experience done by the people who made Persona. It's got great music. It looks great.
And it's better than Intelligent Cube.
Anything's better than Intelligent Cube. God. But Catherine Full Body was, of course, the updated version with a third kind of storyline built in rather than the original 2. And just some slightly updated graphics and some other things added to it. It's really, really good. I absolutely love it. And, I mean, it's constantly going on sale because no one wants to buy it. But I love the game.
Oh, yeah. My next one is Trover Saves the Universe.
Not shocked that one.
I got a PSVR. It was around Christmas time, wasn't it, last year?
It was after Christmas last year. They were on sale.
So I went around and found one, and I really, really waited. I think it came out in April. And I immediately just, in like 3 sittings, played through the whole game. I couldn't stop laughing. My wife couldn't stop laughing.
I couldn't stop
hear
laughing.
random stuff that Trover was saying from across the house.
We would put it in the episode, but we can't.
Yeah,
It's not for the kids.
Yeah, we're trying to be family friendly, not kid friendly necessarily.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Coppa's gonna get us.
No. But no, it was absolutely fantastic. There were a few parts that I just could not stop laughing during. It was really creative in the same way like Rick and Morty usually is. Created by Justin Roiland, of course.
Kind of reminds me of Astrobot too, and kind of some of the things.
Yes, and in terms of like the actual gameplay, it's the closest thing to Astrobot I've played, and Astrobot is the best VR game.
So it's kind of like a VR platformer where you're not playing as Trover. Trover's like this character that's with you, and you're
yeah, and you're a Cherorpian. Yeah, honestly, just really fantastic. One of the best things ever. Yeah,
nice. So that brings me to my number 3. This is the only game on my list I'm sure is on your list, but I don't know if it's at number 3 or not. That is The Somnium Files.
It's also my number 3. So let's talk about it here.
Wow,
yep.
Great. We've talked about it on the show before. The Somnium Files was a puzzle-based visual novel game that was a murder mystery, where you were going after the Cyclops killer. But there were these cool puzzle segments called Somniums where you went into people's dreams. And from there, you had to solve different puzzles to kind of make your way out, and you only had so much time allotted to you. Every time you did something, the time went down, and it was absolutely insane. And it was an amazingly complex, messed up story with all kinds of crazy sci-fi aspects, some cool pseudoscience. Talked about the Mandela effect.
Yeah, and honestly had the best credit sequence I've ever seen in a video game.
Oh my god.
I think after I got to it, I sent you the text.
Yeah.
This was the best credit sequence I've ever seen.
Absolutely. The characters were really enjoyable, depending on the story path you took.
Yeah, I mean, we took opposite story paths to start, and we got very different impressions of the same characters.
Right.
And I think even after we ended up playing the other side, that still affected the way we sort of saw the game.
Absolutely.
You know?
There are branching paths. I think there are a total of 5 or 6 normal endings and 2 joke endings.
I didn't get any of the joke ending, actually.
I got 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kept trying for it. It was dumb. It's also really funny, and it's super Japanese.
Yeah, it's usually not my thing. Usually I can't handle like all that Japanese, but I'm starting to get in touch with my inner weeb.
You're finding your weeb. Finding your weeb. But The Somnium Files, that's available on everything, by the way.
But we played it on Switch.
We did, because,
it was good
if we can get it on Switch, we'll get it on Switch. It was really, really good, though. By the same guy who did the Zero's Escape game, 999, Virtue's Last Reward, and Zero Time Dilemma. I had to think about that last one. That takes us number 2.
Yeah, you can take it next, because we had the same one, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me, Astral Chain.
Oh, yeah.
So, when I did my top 5 for this coming year, I put Devil May Cry 5 on there. And then Astral Chain got announced, and I played both. And you know what?
We didn't even know this game existed in the beginning of the year.
No, we didn't. But I played both. I played Devil May Cry 5 and this. Devil May Cry 5 can go in the trash. This was a by far better action game than Devil May Cry 5. The action is smoother. It does some different things. It does some really cool things. The setting is a nice cyberpunk kind of setting, which of course we're getting because, cyberpunk's coming out and people are doing that kind of thing. But you're a police detective. You actually do detective work. You gather clues. Every story mission, you get rated on how many clues did you find and how much did you piece things together. All the while doing this crazy over-the-top combat that Platinum is known for, that you do with what's called a Legion, which is a monster that you have chained with you, because it's Astral Chain. But you can control them and your character at the same time and do crazy combos and everything.
And there's even a little bit of multiplayer that we tried out.
Yeah, if each person holds a Joy-Con, one person controlled the main character and the other person can control the Legion and do all kinds of crazy stuff. The story is nothing to really write home about, but the
typical
action...
kind of like cop, stuff, at least at first, from what I remember.
It was that and then the typical sci-fi story.
Yeah.
But it's really, really cool. A lot of different settings because you go between the normal city and the astral plane, and there's all kinds of over-the-top boss fights and all kinds of cool things you can do with the combat and all kinds of collectibles. It's very, very good. It's a Switch exclusive, which I know we're going to talk a lot about Switch games, but seriously, that game was great. Devil May Cry 5 was okay, but this was a nice breath of fresh air when it came to action games. It was different, and I loved it. So number 2.
Yeah, my number 2, I'm still in the knee deep in, but it's The Outer Worlds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Made by Obsidian, of course, we talked about it a bunch. But the thing that really kind of jumped out at me was just how much freedom is in the game. That's the thing that makes it really, really exciting.
Yeah,
and you get into any situation, and you can totally just like fudge it until it works. Like if you don't want to deal with a whole like slew of side quests, you can just kill everybody.
So what most people normally do in Skyrim, but not kill everyone because they'll either come back or you'll get caught. You can actually just do it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. You can. I mean, I actually have had a hard time running into somebody I couldn't kill.
Wow.
Yeah. I think your companions, like, it's difficult to, obviously, but you can let them go and bring them onto your ship at will, and like it's kind of cool. You kind of pick your own crew among all the different companions, and you don't have to use any of them if you don't want to.
Really?
Yeah. You can kind of pick them. All the companions have their own abilities that add to your kind of stuff in combat.
So kind of like the companion system in Fallout New Vegas.
But you have lots of choices. It's a little bit more like almost in like Mass Effect. One of the coolest weird things that ends up happening is if something bad keeps happening to you, you can actually take a perk. So what happens is like you get like a negative trait.
Yeah.
So let's say like you get attacked by like beasts a lot. It'll give you a trait where you actually are going to be weak to beasts in the future. But they let you take an extra perk. And it happens a lot. I've had the opportunity to do it like 6 or 7 times so far.
Yeah.
When bad things keep happening to you. So you could take all these like negatives to your stats in all these different situations, but then also take an extra perk in every case.
Huh. I kind of like that a lot.
Yeah, they allow you to kind of develop an interesting like flaw and
because now you're not just becoming amazing.
Right.
You're becoming really good at something and really bad at other things.
Flawed, yeah.
Oh, I still need to play it. I'm waiting for the Switch version to come out of that because I did not play my PS4 that much this year.
I didn't either. I really hope to a little bit this year, of course.
Yeah.
I want to play. I mean, I'm going to be getting Cyberpunk, and I definitely want to finish Persona 5 at some point.
You really need to.
I need to.
You really need to. That brings us to our number ones, and I know they're not the same in any way.
Nope.
My number one game of 2019 was Fire Emblem Three Houses, which was the game I was most looking forward to, and it did not disappoint me. It was an outstanding addition into the Fire Emblem series by adding in kind of what I'm going to call Persona-esque features with the ability, like, between missions to walk around, interact with other characters, kind of raise their companionship with you, alter them a little bit. There was this whole teaching mechanic where basically you could raise the stats of a character and turn them into any unit you wanted to. It was really, really cool. I love the art style. It looked great. The combat was fantastic. There's 4 different storylines that are built into the cartridge as it is, unlike Fire Emblem Fates where it was just one, and you had to download the other 2 by paying money. And they're supporting it with all kinds of content. It reminds me a lot of the season pass that came with Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Nice.
Like, $25 season pass, and there's all kinds of stuff.
The DLC was insane.
Yeah, but this they're sprinkling in stuff until they get to the big story DLC they're going to release. They give you some costumes, a couple of little missions here and there, but it was really, really, really good. I really, really liked it. Love the characters. It's just so much to do. So much to do.
My number one's Mario Maker 2.
Really?
Yep. I'm
shocked.
It was just so good, and with the new Adventure of Link update and stuff like that, there's a lot to enjoy still about it.
Well, there will always be stuff to enjoy about it.
Exactly. I mean, and a lot of people are still excited. Maybe they'll do a Mario 2 update at some point. Or something
See, I haven't played much of it.
At least outside of us.
Yeah.
Playing it,
yeah. Because in all honesty, I find making a little bit more difficult because it's
there's so much, and people have gotten so good at making that it's intimidating.
It is that, and
it's way less intimidating to play a level than it is to make one. Actually.
Right. Well, that and the Wii U gamepad I thought made it a lot easier to make.
It did. Oh, that was so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
Oh God, I love the Wii U so much. That sad little machine. But no, Mario Maker 2 was a really, really great game. I'm like looking over.
Yeah, I know, here too.
Playing in the background, but it is really good. We've played a lot of it on the channel, so I liked it too. I would put it as an honorable mention. And though we didn't talk about it, I almost threw Pokemon on my list.
Yeah, Pokemon would have been on the bottom of my list, but King of Cards came out and it was just too good.
I like Pokemon a lot. I have over 50 hours into it, and I don't care what anyone says. It was fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was a little too easy. I think that's the main criticism other people throw at it that I'm going to agree with.
Yeah, but
they put a lot of things to make the player experience smooth.
I think it's because the install base was so big on this one, and they kind of wanted to ease people back into Pokemon. Because I'm pretty sure this sold way.
Because I know that was like the big anger about like Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, that it's an easy game, a little bit more simple, dumbed down, and people didn't want that out of their main line.
Yeah, well, they didn't get that. It was just an easier game.
Yeah,
a couple of the final fights were a little tough, but yeah. Plus, I haven't done much of the Battle Tower.
No, I haven't touched it yet.
Yeah, but there's still a lot to do, and I'm playing a lot through it. But anyway, those were our top 5 games of 2019, and let us know in the comments below what you really like playing. Again, a lot of our list was Switch games or games that were playable on the Switch, because that's what we do. But we do enjoy our PS4s, and
and I did get some good VR in this year.
Yeah, and I mean, I played Catherine, I played Fallout 76, I played Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, we played a lot of Fallout 76 this year.
Yeah, we did. But anyway, again, tell us in the comments below what you were playing. Let us know what you're looking forward to, because we're going to start making our list soon, and you might let us know about something we're not familiar with. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, ring that little bell. Please, don't forget to subscribe. If you like watching our stuff, click subscribe so you get the notifications, ring the little bell, because we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and we are close to it. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media. We're Nerdstrodamus, except for on Twitter. We're Nerdstrodamus DL for download. That's absolutely correct. But for Nerdstrodamus, I'm Dr. Pence.
I'm Lambo.
And hey everyone, have a happy holiday.